I'll tell you when we're live. Okay, a very good morning. Thank you very much for joining us again on a lovely sunny day outside at Streaming School. Hopefully you've had your Joe Wicks workout this morning and you are enjoying what little we have left of the Easter holidays before you get back to full learning. I'm really glad that I've got a collective of teachers together to actually gather their skills and help to teach people over the coming weeks. We've had thousands of views now, and I'm really pleased to hear that things are taking off, and we're getting a little more interest in different ways as well. And it's all down to the teachers, and none more so than the wonderful, bright ray to every morning, Mr. Action Jackson. Good morning, Action. How are you?
I am doing amazing this morning. Thank you so much. How are you doing?
I'm just working out how Niche is feeling, because if Niche is in a good mood, I'm in a good mood. If Niche is in a bad mood, I'm like, all right, off the day. Mood. Say it again, my dear.
In a great mood.
That's what I like. Well, good morning, everyone. This is Action Jackson. I am the resident motivational speaker here on Streaming School. What a privilege it is to be able to come to you live from wherever you are watching right now. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Action Jackson. For those of you who are coming back, welcome back. This is Streaming School. And the very first thing we do, get you motivated. What is motivation? An inner drive. Most people can't be bothered to do anything. So I can't be bothered to read. I can't be bothered to work out. But I come into your life like an energizer battery, like a Duracell battery, kind of wake you up. So today, this is how we kind of get things going. My favorite phrase is, I am amazing. Okay? I am amazing. So everybody, if you're watching right now, I can see you. I've got those telepathic sort of like, senses to see you. So everybody just do, I am amazing. Remember that. I'm going to share my screen right now because I've got a quote that I need you to see as I'm doing this right now. This is high energy. Streaming School is something that's really powerful and really dear to my heart, because I know that it's reaching millions and millions and millions of young people around the world. So as I share my screen right now, this phrase that you're going to see on the screen is a very important phrase for me. Here we go. Excellent. So I am amazing as a phrase, but this phrase, dream big, act now, never give up, you're amazing. Okay. I believe they can see the screen and myself, Nish.
Yep.
Excellent stuff. Excellent. Well, the reason why is this. I've got this bad boy right here. Okay. And many years ago, I was just mapping around. I had a dream of playing the guitar. And sometimes, you're going to have things that you want to do with your life, and you don't think you're good enough. These 4 steps are the 4 steps I need you to follow. Some of you watching, you're saying to yourself, I don't think I'm going to be able to pass my exam, the lockdown, or this or that. Just follow these 4 steps. Dream big dreams. Act now. Never give up when it gets tough, because you're amazing. I had a dream of playing the guitar, being an actor, starting my own business. I was scared, but I didn't let my fear stop me from my big dream. The key thing is to act on your dream. Streaming School is helping you to fulfill your dreams, because we're educating you. So here we go. This is the song, and warning, it can actually quite get into your ear. You're going to be singing it throughout the whole day. Dream big, act now, never give up, you're amazing. Dream big, act now, never give up, you're amazing. Everybody sing. Dream big, act now, never give up, you're amazing. When things get tough, dream big, act now, never give up, you're amazing. Sing along with me. Dream big, act now, never give up, you're amazing. I can hear you. Sing it. Dream big, act now, never give up, you're amazing. One more time, go. Dream big, act now, never give up, you're amazing. I'm getting applause from the team. Come on. Well, that's the song. Dream big, Act now, never give up, because you're amazing. That's the message I want to give to everyone that's watching today. Warning, you're going to go through your day like this. Dream big, act now, never give up, you're amazing. That's the mantra I want you to follow. Keep that in your mind, because when you go through life, you're going to face challenges. But you've got to make sure that your desire to get to the top of the mountain doesn't stop you. When you get to the middle of the mountain, your desires got to outweigh the pain that you're going through or the fear that you're going through. Keep your dream in front of you. And how do you keep your dream in front of you? Well, here's what I've got. You've got to get your facts right. Get your facts right. Here's how you get your facts right. FACTS. It stands for something. The F is friends. Show me your friends and I'll tell you your future. The better your friends, the better the journey. Surround yourself with great people, not people that put you down. You don't want people that put you down. You want people that are going to lift you up. There are two types of friends, chargers and drainers. Okay? Get rid of the drainers and pull the chargers closer. You're like a mobile phone. Your good friends, guess what they do? They charge you up. The bad friends, they drain you, drain you, drain you, drain you. You want your good friends to come charge you up. Yeah? Do you have friends that charge you up? The next up is this. I love this. Have the right attitude. I know sometimes life can be difficult, but the more positive you are, the better. Your attitude will determine your altitude, the higher you go in life. Many people say, oh, I can't be bothered. This is too much. I can't be bothered. No. Have that attitude that says, I'm grateful for my life. It's an opportunity to be alive. That's what the A stands for. The C is confidence. Let me tell you how you build your confidence. When you learn something new and you fail and you get back up, your confidence goes up. So you don't have to be perfect to build your confidence. You need to try new things. Be grateful for yourself. And also, I want you to take note of the new things that you learn every day. When you make an improvement, write it down and go back over it. Like, wow, I wasn't able to play the guitar many years ago, but now I can. Tick. I couldn't swim many years ago. Now I can swim. You start to notice all the things that you're doing well. The T is time. I speak about this all the time. Show me how you spend your time. I'm going to tell you the quality of your life. Please use your time wisely. Don't waste it on silly entertainment. Waste it. It's not going to help you. But when you invest it, that's going to help you. Invest your time in education and empowerment. And this is what you're doing right now. So I rate you for that. That's the T. And then the S is success. Show me your goals. Don't tell me you want to be successful. I'm going to ask you how, where, when. Write down the things you want to achieve, especially in this season right now. What do you want to learn? Show me your goals and I'll tell you your future. That's exactly what I want to share with you today. Get your facts right. The F is friends. The A is attitude. The C is confidence. The T is time. And the S is success. That's it for me. And I'm going to finish off just the same way I started by saying, dream big, act now, never give up, you're amazing.
That is lovely.
Thank you so much, guys.
That is lovely. Like genuinely, like Action, that has really put a smile on my face this morning. Not to say that any other days did not put a smile on my face, but how did that make you feel, Nish?
Yeah, really good. Yeah. I love it.
I think even after streaming school's finished, Nish, I'll be like, 9:50, I need to speak to Action. I need to hear from you. I need to know what's still going on. But thank you so much. And obviously, please check in with Action Jackson's social media accounts just to keep yourself interested and engaged throughout the rest of the lockdown. Please share what they are, Action.
Yes, we've got Action Jackson Live on YouTube and on Instagram, Action Jackson Live. And on Twitter, I am Action Jackson. So come up and say hello. Come, get some more motivation. I'm on TikTok as well.
Brilliant. How is TikTok? How are you finding it compared to other things?
Do you know what? It's a creative platform. It triggers my creativity. So there's a lot I'm learning actually. And I realize that all the kids are on there. So that's where they need the inspiration. So, I find it really creative. You can't just post, you have to create.
Brilliant. Right. I'm looking forward to watching your TikTok stuff then as well, buddy. Have a great day. Look after yourself.
Take care.
God bless.
Right.
Hey, Nish.
Hey.
Looks like it's me and you. And I will double check myself what the next lesson is going to be. What is the next lesson today? So sorry.
It's drama.
Wonderful. Mr. Gary Orban coming in with a minute to spare. Just that's actually how me and Mr. Orban used to work together. So that makes a lot of sense. We always used to just turn up to our lessons just on time. Good morning, my dear friend. How are you?
I'm fine, mate. Yeah, how are you?
I'm actually quite enjoying the captions that have actually said that your name is Mr. Gar Orban, and
yeah,
that's what we should call you from now on.
So I watched back a bit of yesterday's and realised that I need to slow down a bit while I talk. Otherwise, Google's getting none of it, and maybe no students are either. We'll see. Morning, Nisha. How are you?
Morning. Good, thanks. You okay?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
How did you feel watching yourself?
I mean, it's awful, isn't it? But it's sort of you just, you know, fairly used to it by now. I think I'm old enough to not care too much about the sound of your own voice and how silly you sound half the time. But I think, you know, it's fine. But I definitely feel I need to slow down. Getting quite mumbly stages.
I can 100% tell you that's not how other people feeling. Amira really enjoyed your lesson. We've really enjoyed your lesson, and we've had comments about how much people have appreciated what you're doing. So
well, thanks.
You take that back. But with that little bit of drama, I think it's a lovely segue into the morning's drama lesson. So the floor is yours, Mr. Orban. Enjoy.
Thanks very much. Okay. So we are live.
Oui.
Weird stuff. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. I hope that everyone is well. This is lesson number 4 of drama. We've done 3 that have really focused on the actor's toolkit, and we looked at physical skills and vocal skills. You can go back and look at those videos if you haven't had a chance to see them already. Let me just turn myself around here. That's better. And then yesterday we talked about how to take what you know about the actor's toolkit and start to put it into some beautiful PEE paragraphs that help you to tick those boxes for examiners and really help you to be able to analyse pieces of drama, typically answering a question around, as an actor, how would you play the role of whoever in this extract? So it's all well and good me preparing examples for us to show you, but there is value in us doing one as much together as much as we can remotely. So I'll share some slides with you firstly, and then remind you a bit of the structure that I'm suggesting that you write about to do well in exams. You're writing about acting, and then we'll go through an example from a play called Hedda Gabler. And whether you know that play or not, that shouldn't be too relevant, because I hope you get something from it regardless. And I'll introduce the play to you briefly anyway. So start by showing you just a few slides. I'll just switch the camera, and we should be able to see. There we are. Okay, so we're going to do it slightly differently today. It's on the screen here. Hopefully it works out okay. So this is lesson 4. It's writing for exam success, and it's about acting. So we will do the same about questions that ask you how to direct something or how to design something, but we'll keep today with our last lesson on acting. Okay. A reminder here of the kind of structure we're talking about. So you write PEE. That's my recommendation. It's what examples like. It's what they know. But it is different to English, and this sort of should outline and how and why it's different. So a point there, what accurately you use it and what are you trying to show? So as an actor, I would use, let's say, gesture and body language to show my characters, whatever, aggression, frustration, whatever it is. So what acting skill are you using and what are you trying to show by doing that? That should be one sentence at the beginning of your paragraph. You then go into the evidence there where you put in some real detail about the acting skill. And you maybe talk about how another acting skill would also help to make the same point. And you refer to specific lines. So on the line, whatever it is, I would use gestures. My gestures would include, pointing my hand out to the floor and then waving it in a dismissive manner or something. So and then add a bit about your other skill as well, if it's volume or tone of voice or whatever. So the evidence there really links to the point, but it gives much more detail and refers to a specific line. And then in your explain section there, you're justifying why making this point about the character is important. So it is important that the audience, or it's important to show the character's frustration in the scene because blah, blah, blah. And then for an audience, this would help them to realize blah, 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 blah. Okay, so just to summarize that in the slide as I did yesterday, in the point, it's what acting skill are you writing about and for what purpose, to show what about the character. Your evidence is really saying how those skills are acted, so how you're doing the gesture, your body language, your tone of voice, your gaze, whatever it is, and on which line or lines. And then the explain, justifying your point, in the red bit there, and then analysing the impact for the audience. By using gesture in this way, it'll help my audience to know X, Y, or Z. Okay, so I'll just turn this back around again. So, how do I explain? Try to design these sentences. Whether you know the play or not shouldn't be too relevant. It's great if you do, but many of you teachers won't. Some of you studying AS or A-level, you will. So its play, it's by a Norwegian playwright called Henrik Ibsen. It was written in 1891, and it's really about this woman, Hedda Thorstein. She's the protagonist, the main character, and she's really despairing about her life. On paper, it should all be fine. She's recently got married. She's had a honeymoon that lasted 6 months. She's got a husband who's an academic, quite a boring man, but a very, very decent man. And they live in a nice big house. They have a maid. They have lots of friends. She won't have to work. Really, things look like they should all be fine. And this play really is about how that doesn't make you happy. Just ticking certain boxes. You need to be happy. You know, you need to have things that fulfill and satisfy you. And the play really is about how she can't be happy. She's settled, I suppose, for, well, I'll marry this man because it's what people do. They get married. And I'll become pregnant because, you know, people have kids and my husband wants me to have a child, then I will. And I'll stay at home and be a good wife. And then really it just ultimately shows that she's not happy with any of that. She needs to listen more to her own desires, to things that she wants. So I don't want you to worry too much about the content of the play. I'm going to show you a short script extract between her and her husband, where she really is being, she's really full of despair, sadness. She's very sad. And whereas, excuse me, but Tesman, her husband, is really happy. She's married the woman of his dreams, and they live in this lovely house that he's provided for her, and think that everything is okay. Leon, can you hear me okay there?
Yeah, I can hear you fine now.
Shall I slow down or just be louder?
I only because you mentioned it right at the start of the lesson, buddy. The stream's coming through fine. Just because you mentioned speed is something you were reflecting on from yesterday, and obviously for teachers' reflective practice as well. Just thought I'd let you know.
Super, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks. I just didn't read it before it disappeared. Thank you. Okay, so back to our lesson then. So it's written by Henrik Ibsen. I'll show you a little few things on the slide here. Just noting that. Excuse me. Switch the camera back to this one. So it's written by Henrik Ibsen, it's a Norwegian playwright, in 1891. It's about a woman called Hedda who marries into aristocracy, so a sort of rich, well-brought-up sort of man, Tesman. The play focuses on her inability to be happy and her view of the world around her as empty and superficial. So she doesn't see that this world around her can bring her happiness. Let's have a little look at this script extract together. As I said, it's between Hedda and Tesman. They're in two very different moods, reflecting how each of them feel about their life with each other. Okay, Tesman, he's the man, he's delighted, and Hedda, his wife, is sort of having an ever-growing sadness about what the rest of her life is going to look like. Okay, so Tesman, picking up the slippers from the floor. What are you looking at, Hedda? Hedda's calm and collected once more. I'm just looking at the leaves on the trees. They're so yellow and so withered, full of very obvious metaphor, all of this script. Tesman rewraps the slippers and lays them on the table. Yes, well, it's September now, you know. Hedda, ill at ease again, so she's not feeling happy or calm. Why, yes, already it's September. Tesman says, don't you think Aunt Jewel was odd, dear? Almost affected. What kind of put into her, do you think, eh? And then Hedda says, and that's Tesman's auntie, by the way. Hedda says, well, I hardly know her. Isn't she usually like that? And Tesman says, why, no, not like she was just now. And then Hedda, leaving the window, says, do you think she was very put out about that hat business? Hedda made a sort of nasty or spiteful comment in the previous scene about Aunt Jewel's hat. So, do you think she was very put out about that hat business? And Tesman says, oh, not so particularly, perhaps a little, just for a moment. And then Hedda, getting quite catty here, says, what manner of behaviour is that anyway? Flinging her hat just anywhere in the drawing room, it's not done. And Tesman, well, you may be quite sure that Aunt Jewel won't do it again. Okay, that's the only section I want us to look at today. You can see they're in two very different moods, Tesman will forgive Hedda anything. Hedda is quite selfish, really, and she can't see beyond her own despair and her own sadness. Okay, so this familiar style of question, if you watched the last few lessons, as an actor, how would you play the role of Hedda Gabler within this extract? And we're just going to go through a PEE answer together. Okay, so I'll write it as I sort of talk it through, which I hope is a helpful approach. Let me just put this down here. I think I can switch the camera. Pop it on there. No, I don't need to switch it back. And there we are. So if I move that nice and close, hopefully you'll be able to see that as I type. So as an actor, how would you play the role of Hedda Gabler in this extract?
Sorry, Gary, if you're going to use that methodology, buddy, do you mind just centering the computer a bit more? I think it's only taking up the bottom right-hand corner of the screen.
Thank you. Won't be a second.
This is where I get to add some great colour commentary.
Okay, so the point is right here. And let's see if, as I type, that can be seen. I have tried this before and it was fine. We'll see how it goes now. That's there's quite a lot of glare on that, isn't there?
But that's the beautiful thing about trying new things, buddy. Like the, you know, obviously I shared your iPhone video with a lot of people where you taught a whole lesson off an iPhone in 3 different ways. And then you do this to me.
Try that again, but we'll try this for today and see how we go. So first we'll start with making that point. So we said it would be about 1 sentence where you are answering what you want to say about Hedda, and with acting skills you would use to show that. So what I want to say about Hedda is, in this extract, I wish to show that Hedda is despairing. She's lost all hope. She's despairing. Can we see that, or is that coming on backwards, Leon?
No, it's coming up now.
Perfect. Okay. So I wish to show that Hedda is despairing. Very straightforward. It shows that she's lacking in hope. And then in my first sentence there as well, I'll mention the acting skills I would use to show this. So I'm going to focus on, I think, body language and volume. So I could just add to here, Hedda is despairing through, oh dear, bring that in. There you go. Through my use of body language and volume. Okay, that's my point there, very straightforward. We then move down to the evidence. Okay, so now I need to look at what line do I want to write about. So let's go back to the script extract here, leave this. And there's a line there, that first line there talks about where she is so withered. And the next one there, she says, why yes, already it's September. So I'm going to go with those 2 lines actually. I'm going to say so withered and already it's. So on going back to my evidence here, I know my list of physical and verbal skills that I could choose from. But on my evidence here, I will start by saying on the lines, so withered.
Gary, can I just interject for 1 moment?
Of course.
Just to say as well, for colleagues, just in case for any reason you can't see the screen clearly, just because recording a screen sometimes give that double glare, please do look at the captions. We've added the captions at the bottom, so everything that Gary is saying, he's typing, and you'll be able to see it in 2 places, just in case your stream isn't coming through super clear.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate that. I'll also hold it up like that after I finish typing, which I think is a little bit, just remove some of that glare as well. Okay, so on the lines, so withered and already it's. So I've specified my lines there. The next bit is about what I want to say about the acting skills I've chosen. So I said body language and volume. So what I do with my body language to show that I'm despairing. So I would turn my body. Oops, excuse me. I would turn my body away from Tesman with arms folded and, let's say, shoulders slouched. So I bring my shoulders, slouch them forward as well, to give a sort of impression of my body language that I've given up, that I'm displaying. So I've got my shoulders slouched, my arms folded, and I'm turning my body away from Tesman. So I've really just said that about body language. I would speak, so you want a volume now, I would speak in a quiet mumble, almost as if I've given up on sharing my thoughts with others. So just to hold that up there, which I hope is a little bit clearer and remove the glare. So on the lines, so withered and already it's, I would turn my body away from Tesman with arms folded and shoulders slouched. I would speak in a quiet mumble, almost as if I've given up on sharing my thoughts with others. All right there. Okay, so I've got my evidence there, and I've mentioned the line that I want to talk about, and I've said what I want to say about these acting skills in particular. So now to move on to explain these. I've written my point just up here. I've then written my evidence here. And now I need to explain. And a reminder that in this explain section, we're justifying why this point, her despair, is important and the impact that it would have on the audience. So we'll type that up now. So it's important to show that she's despairing because I'm going to write, this would show that she is as frustrated with her own choices as she is with her husband. Showing this despair now, this is the sort of English lit aspect, showing this despair now, early on in the play, portrays the low starting point for this character. And then in the last bit of my explain, I'm going on to analyse the impact it has on the audience. So I shall read this back in just a moment. For the audience, this shows the extent of her woes, let's say, the extent of her woes, and suggests a sad ending for this character. Spoiler alert. There we go. So I'll read that there. So this would show that she is as frustrated with her own choices as she is with her husband. Showing this despair now early on in the play portrays the low starting point for this character. For the audience, this shows the extent of her woes and suggests a sad ending for this character. So then when you put it all together, if I was writing in an exam and I knew the play already very well, this would only take 5-6 minutes perhaps to write all of this together. And I've got a really well structured, concise and precise PEE paragraph there. So what you end up with, and created in very little time really, because I know how to write, because I've done my preparation about the play, is this sort of PEE paragraph. This is one that I prepared just a little earlier. So as an actor, I would wish to show that Hedda is despairing of her choices. I would show this through my use of body language and volume. That's my point there. Okay? On the lines, so withered and already is, my body language show my despair through refusing to turn towards Tesman, through my arms being folded and by my shoulders being slouched forwards. The words would be mumbled in a low volume, almost as if she's lost the motivation to share her thoughts with the world. That's my evidence there. Again, it doesn't get long, it's like 2 sentences. It gives lots of concise, precise, accurate detail. And then my explain here. It is important to show from the outset of the play that her frustration is with her own choices and that she is lost of all hope from the beginning of the play. This would help the audience to realise that Hedda is on a journey which can only end negatively. Okay, there's that spoiler alert again. But I hope if it is a play that you come across that you really enjoy. It's a classic, and if you're studying Stanislavski and naturalism, it's one that will almost certainly come up. I've recommended some links for you to watch if you'd like to find out a little bit more about Hedda Gabler. The National Theatre production of it with Bruce Wilson in, and the links that will appear on screen are both from YouTube, and they're both the one's a sort of trailer for the production, and one is about playing the role of Hedda Gabler. So please do watch and enjoy those. I would say as a little shout out to the National Theatre. They're live streaming a play every Thursday at the moment. You may be watching these already. The week before last, it was One Man, Two Governors with James Corden, and then they showed Jane Eyre. There are other theatres doing it as well, but they're live streaming, and I think they appear on there. They stay on there for, so not live streaming, but they're playing through their website a formal production of theirs, and I think it's on there for a week. So please do check in with those if you can. And then a task, if you're interested in doing a task this week, it is, as an actor, how would you play the role of Tesman within this extract? So it's the same extract we've just been looking at. We just worked through how to write a PEE paragraph, a header, and what we came up with was this. I wonder if you might have a go doing the same, but with Tesman. So use the text extract within this slide. So that's this one here. You might use that same text extract. If you would like to read more of the play and your bookshop's closed, you can find it all. Someone's kindly put a PDF online, and the link is just there on this slide. So use the text extract. You'll find it below. If you do use this link, it's pages 54 and 55. As an actor, how would you play the role of Tesman within this extract? And I think there you have everything you need. So from next week, we'll start looking at the role of the director and how do you approach questions. How do you approach directing firstly, but then how do you approach questions in exams that are about directing? I hope that's been really useful, and it's been a pleasure giving the video today. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Gary. Really, really appreciate it, buddy, as ever. Yeah, well, how's the rest of your day going to pan out?
Oh, I think much like most of the others, combination of changing nappies and playing football with my son, back from Lily on about what's been the smoother and not so smooth elements of doing this from a phone and a laptop, and my son's, look at this, my son's whiteboard with all his doodling and everything on it. There you go. The blackboard on the other side.
Wonderful, buddy, wonderful. Well, have a great day, and thank you so much as ever.
Pleasure. You too. All the best.
All right. God bless you. Catch you in a
Thank
bit.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey, Nisha, it's all yours, mate.
All right, cool. So here is the optional task. As Gary mentioned, it is, as an actor, how would you play the role of Tesman within this extract? I will put all the links to the videos and the resources and even this text over here on Facebook and YouTube, and you can watch the videos on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Up next, we have, what do we have? PE.
Brilliant, 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 brilliant. So I look forward to catching you for that in a short while.
Yep, see you there.
Thank you.